Hi guys, so this is my analysis on GU guys. So let's do a quick recap on GU. If you watched my previous analysis on GU, I said I was expecting GU to push to the upside for a while before we now tank down because I knew overall we're pushing to the downside. So my bias on it was, I think it was around here that we might actually push up a little bit to maybe my 61.8% fib level to retest this trend line right here, retest of a trend line, retest of a trend line before we now continue to push to the downside, because overall I knew it was on a down move, but I was expecting a bit of a retracement before we now continue to push to the downside. As we can see that we didn't get to my 61.8% fib level, we started rejecting off of my 38.2% fib level. So if you draw a zone right here, you can see that it gave me the M pattern right around the 38.2% fib level instead of my 61.8% fib level. You can see that I drew this M pattern right here. So I said there's a possibility for it to come here before we now tank to the downside, because M pattern is one of my chart confluences I look out before taking a chart, especially on GU, because it really works well on GU. So you can call it one here, one here. You can see something like this, then continue to tap to the downside. It's also called a double top as well, or the M pattern. So I was expecting that right there, but as you can see that we just started thanking to the downside. It hit my first target, which was 1.21546, which was my negative 27% fib level, and it also hit my 4 hours imbalance target, which was 1.214224. So that was a beautiful trade, right? Because if you check from here down here, that was 70 pips right there, which was beautiful. So now that we're still thanking to the downside, right, let's see what next on GU. I'm gonna delete my previous analysis and reanalyze based on the current price market right here. So what are we looking at on GU now, guys? Let's delete this one here, delete this one here, delete this one here to have a cleaner chart. Let's delete this as well. Now I'll go to a bigger time frame just to see what I'm looking for on GU, guys. Let's see. We can see that GU is still thanking to the downside, and there is this imbalance right around here on my daily time frame. So this is the daily time frame. There is this imbalance around this area here, imbalance, which is 1.18597, and due to the momentum I am still seeing on GU, I think we're gonna turn to that level right here. We can see how this candle closes. This is a beautiful candle right here on a daily time frame. So there is still more sell momentum on the bigger time frame, which is the daily TF time frame. So this is our daily time frame, and this candlestick is beautiful. So still shows there's still a momentum to push to the downside on GU, guys. So be expecting a more push to the downside on GU right there. Let me adjust this trend line right here. So let's expect more GU. Let me use a fib right here just to see what I'm looking for. Okay, it's not there. So let's go to a smaller time frame. We can see that let me delete this one's here, this one here. Let's see. Let me get to another sun time frame, because I was expecting it to at least push up to this trend line right here before we zoom to the downside. But as we all know, the market does what it wants to do. So I can just put another trend line right here. Let's change the color of that. Okay, let's see. So now that works now for another scenario right there. Let's see. I'm gonna delete this previous ones here. Since those ones played out, I can put one here just to show. So we are on a downtrend here. We have this breakout structure right here. I have an imbalance here that we can look into as well, which is like the daily one had imbalance right around that area. Right there we can see, put another structure here. A zone can come here. So this is why I like top-down analysis, guys. It just simplifies what happens. Like, it just breaks it down and simplifies it. And that is why I think top-down analysis is the best when you're analyzing, because it just simplifies the charts for you. So now what am I looking for now? This is a zone. A point of interest of a zone right there, because it's just going pushing to the downside. I'm not seeing a solid. I need it like a solid retracement. So I want something like possible come down here to retrace and push to the downside, so I can use my Fibonacci for point A here and point B here for Fib, to be able to use my Fib to gauge the retracement level and my TP. So I need more data on GU, to be honest. Even despite the fact that we are pushing to the downside, there's a possibility of it pushing to the upside. So if you go and let's look at the bigger time frame that I showed previously, we can see that there's that possibility of it pushing to the upside. You can see this 4-hour imbalance right here. You can put an 4-hour imbalance right around this area right here. Let me label it so that I will know it's for my 4-hour time frame right there. So you can see that this momentum right here, there's a possibility for us to come here, then continue to push the downside, or we might just retrace a little bit around here to continue to give me something like this, so we can see. So that is how I am picturing GU until otherwise happen. So there's a possibility of a retracement on GU, to be honest, based on that. So because of that, and we have this 4 hours right here, so I'm just gonna say, like, it's long overdue already, because we'll be pushing to the downside. So it's long overdue. So I'm just gonna say we might push a little bit to the upside to gather more momentum before we now push to the downside, because I still think that we might get to my overall target right here. But this is still a huge peep right there, so we might not get to it right away, right? So from here to there, that is about 225 pips right there. So it might take a while before we get to there. Even despite that, the fact that we know that the overall trend is a downtrend doesn't mean they have retracement. It's not, we know that the chart just, it's not parallel, it's not straight, it's coming up and down, right? So that is what I'm saying, like, it's overdue for a retest. So there's a possibility that we might actually retest a little bit, then continue to push to the downside. And like I said, my overall target as of right now is here until otherwise happen. So I can put my TP here right around there. But that is my thoughts on GU, guys. Hope you find it helpful. If you do, don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, and share. And I'll see you in my next analysis, guys. Thank you for watching. Bye.